They say love knows no borders, but what happens when those borders come with hidden expectations, cultural minefields, and emotional traps? If you're an expat living in Vietnam and thinking about marrying a Vietnamese woman, this video is your wake-up call. What I'm about to share isn't sugar-coated. It's raw, real, and based on the brutal truths many foreigners wish they knew before saying, "I do." Let's dive deep into why most expat marriages in Vietnam fail, and why no one's telling you the full story. At first, things seem beautiful. She's caring, respectful, and family-oriented. You feel loved and needed in a way you haven't before. But what many expats don't realize is this: marriage in Vietnam is never just between two people. It's a binding contract between you and her entire family. Once you're married, everything changes. You're expected to support not just her, but her parents, her siblings, even distant relatives, many of whom may never treat you as family. From where you live, to how much you give, to how you raise your kids, the family's voice matters more than yours. You could be funding a household that will never fully respect you, especially if you're from a country they look down upon, like India or certain African nations. In Vietnamese culture, gossip travels fast, especially among women in rural areas and tight-knit families. Once you marry into the family, whispers begin. He's a foreigner. He must be rich. He looks dark. What will the children look like? Why didn't she just marry a proper Vietnamese man? The irony? Many families would still prefer their daughters to marry local Vietnamese men, even if those men are known to be unfaithful, abusive, alcoholic, or addicted to gambling. Why? Because at least he's one of us. You're always the outsider. Many expats fall into this illusion. She's from the countryside, that must mean she's pure, traditional, and loyal. This stereotype is dangerous. In reality, these relationships are often deeply transactional. You're not just her husband, you're the walking ATM for her entire family. Once married, the demands start. Can you help my brother with a bike? Can you lend money for our new house? Can we borrow for Tet holiday? You might think you're supporting love, but you're financing obligation. You're loved as long as you're useful. And when the money runs low, so does the affection. Vietnam's high divorce and infidelity rates are rarely spoken about, especially with foreigners. But the truth is, cheating is common, and many expat husbands will never know what's really going on. She speaks in a language you can't understand. She gets calls from relatives late at night. You see names pop up on her phone, but you'll never question it. You're working hard, building a life, trying to provide. But emotional disconnection creeps in. Her family already doubts you. She might already be emotionally invested elsewhere, and you'll be the last to know. Let's say you have kids. You think this will bring you closer. It doesn't. Instead, you find yourself stuck. You're now doing visa runs every few months just to stay in the country. You're footing every bill. You're dealing with family members who use your children as emotional hostages. You can't leave now. What about your child? Meanwhile, those same family members disrespect you, talk about you behind your back, and still never truly accept you. You love your children. But you're now trapped in a country, in a culture, and in a relationship where you're constantly reminded, you are not one of us. Let's be clear. Not every Vietnamese woman is manipulative, dishonest, or part of a toxic family. There are good, kind, genuine women out there. But you need to understand, the probability of running into transactional relationships is high, especially in rural and lower-income areas. You need to stop romanticizing the traditional Asian wife stereotype. Marriage here is often driven by cultural expectations, family needs, and financial survival, not love. Before you marry a Vietnamese woman, ask yourself, are you ready to deal with her entire family, every single day? Can you handle being the outsider forever? Are you sure this relationship is built on love? Or just survival? Because once you're in, getting out won't be so easy. Love can cross borders. But it should never cost you your dignity, your peace, or your freedom. Be aware. Be informed. And choose wisely. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to subscribe to my channel for no BS reality of living in Vietnam as an expat. And, if you would like to support my channel, make sure to buy me a coffee. Peace out.